Hi, Dave. I just wanted to see if you were willing to tell us the starting goalie for tonight.
Nope.
This time.
Nope. We'll let you know tonight. Warm-ups.
Next question comes from Larry Brooks with the New York Post. Larry, go ahead.
Hey, are you willing to give me your opinion of how Hayek played the other night?
Yeah, I liked his game. I thought, tough situation. He hadn't played in a long. Well, actually, he was playing Europe, but an NHL game in a long time, and I liked how composed he was. I thought obviously not a lot of minutes, but I thought him and Boteto did a good job. Libor. Listen, we've talked about Libor and what we think of him as a player. He needs to continue to feel the way we do about him as a player. I think that's the kind of gap that we've got to close. And I thought he took a good step forward the other night.
Next question comes from Vince Mercogliano with USA Today Network. Vince, go ahead.
Hey, David. You touched on this a little bit the other day with Mika when we were asked, his points obviously are at the level or pace that they were at last year. I asked him about, whether he was feeling, like COVID slowed him down to start the season or anything like that. Predictably, he said no.
Right.
Do you sense that was something that he had to overcome and might still be working through?
I think he's still working through it a little bit, but he's just off to a slow start, and he and I've talked about it. He's acknowledged that he's a little frustrated, but there are definitely signs that he's coming out of it. Not only in what we saw in the game the other night, but I thought yesterday's practice. One of the things about him in the 2+ years I've been here, his practices have been outstanding. He would always jump out at you at practice. Not only how hard he played, but the things he was doing, and you're starting to see that more and more with each passing practice.
Next question comes from Mark Rosenman with Sports Talk New York. Mark, go ahead.
Morning, Coach. Coach, I'm just wondering if you watched the Super Bowl yesterday as a coach or a fan, and either way, as a coach, what was some of your takeaways, future lessons down the road?
Yeah, I think anytime you watch, when you're in our profession, you always try to pick things up. Sports are, I know obviously it's a different sport, but there are a lot of things that you need to have success, regardless of what sport you're in. Keeping your mental composure, making timely plays, situational football, situational hockey, all those things. And the one thing that jumps out at you is Brady just has such an effect not only on their offense but their team. I think every player on that team looks at Tom Brady and they all feel a little bit more confident. They stand a little taller. They have a little bit more swagger. Just because of his approach day in and day out. And I think it's infectious all throughout not only the team, but the organization.
Next question comes from Colin Stevenson. Colin, go ahead.
Hey, just a little more housekeeping. We saw that Brendan practiced yesterday in the no contact jersey. How close is he to returning? And also, is further update on the other guys, Blackwell and Jack Johnson?
Yeah, Smitty's getting close for sure. Blackwell skated today. He's getting closer. Jack didn't skate today, but he's making progress. So, and Heedle's still a little ways away. So that's the update.
Next question comes from Vince Mercogliano. Vince, go ahead.
David, with Mika's line, not just Mika in particular, it looks like the Strome-Panarin line has been getting going. Panarin obviously has quite a few points already. To get that other line going, how important is that for you guys in the long haul? And do you see signs of it coming with them?
Yeah, without question, it's pivotal for us to have them going offensively and defensively. Obviously, you're talking about one of our top two lines. So, no team can have sustained success if one of your top two lines isn't being productive offensively and defensively. So, there are signs that they're coming out of it. Bucci's had a really good start. Mika's starting to come out of it. Kreids has 4 goals. So again, obviously it's a shortened season, so we don't have a lot of time. But as an organization, as a staff, we certainly feel that things are going to happen for them sooner than later.
Another question from Vince. Vince, go ahead.
Just to follow up on the goalies, not wanting to reveal it, is that gamesmanship or what is kind of the reason for not wanting to say?
Just something that I don't want to do right now.
Next question comes from AJ Molesco with MSG Network. AJ, go ahead.
Can you talk a little bit? I missed the first question, so I apologize if you already answered this, but about the effect and the play of Adam Fox.
Yeah, I mean, people have been talking about him as they should ever since the season started. You're talking about a guy who not only has been probably one of our best players, but game in and game out, he's one of the top players in the game, not only from our end of it, but from the other team's end of it. And people always talk about a sophomore slump and things of that nature. He's having none of it. He's elevated his game from last year. He's playing with an awful lot of confidence, and we've touched on this before. It's not just what he does offensively. I mean, this guy competes hard defensively. He's putting himself in a good position. There's just a lot of good things going on in his game right now.
Next question comes from Colin Stevenson. Colin, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, just I wonder if you could give us a word on what you see from the Islanders. I know they have the same record as you do. You split 2 games with them, and I know you have a lot of respect for the way they play the game. So, we could just talk about the challenge of playing them tonight.
Yeah, well, they're a deep team. They're structured. They're well coached. They play hard. They make it difficult for you. They don't give you anything. You have to earn everything you get against them. And quite honestly, we try to implement some of the characteristics they have with our group. I mean, they go about it the right way. They're tough. They're strong. They get to nets. They keep it simple. It's a challenge for us for sure. I mean, we just got a lot of respect for the way they play and the way they're coached.